Take three. Hello, everybody. Joe Beganotes here, and welcome back for another episode of Full Metal Demon Muramasa. I'm going to leave that little take in there because I've fucked up this intro like 3 times. It's late at night. I just got off work. I'm tired. And I just finished troubleshooting some audio setting issues because, fortunately for once, I was actually paying attention to my waveforms on OBS, and I noticed, I'm like, man, I'm really peaking my microphone for some reason, and I haven't done anything except for restart my computer because it had an update. And in that process somewhere, it decided, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like reset all your microphone settings. So it was maxed the hell out. Some weird settings with like uh Logitech's G Hub, which is like, the control panel for all the Logitech stuff, which I guess technically my microphone is. That reset all those settings. So it was peaking and then dropping really quiet and then just doing that like nonstop. Fortunately, I only got like a minute in, just giving my daily update, what's been going on with me, which I'll just summarize it to make it real short. I got off work busy this week. I didn't record when I was supposed to because I've been sleeping in because I've been tired because I've been so busy, and I'm tired right now because I was so busy. And if I don't record this episode now, I'm not going to record it tomorrow. Well, today when I wake up, it's already past midnight. So whenever I wake up, hopefully will still be today because if it's tomorrow when I wake up, something's gone real wrong, and I'll probably get woken up by the cops at my door. Not to like arrest me, but probably just doing a wellness check. 'Cause the people I work with are gonna think I died. So to prevent that, one from them having to wake me up because I'm not a very happy camper when I get woken up, and two, so I don't get any paperwork. I'm recording now instead, so I can just sleep in tomorrow, but also sleep in at a reasonable time and not sleep in for like 20 extra hours. I haven't slept for like more than a day in a really long time. I think the only time I've ever actually slept that long was when I was like 15. I was sick as hell for like 2 days straight. I've told this story before when I had norovirus, like nonstop vomiting for like over a day. Like every 5 minutes, I fucking was keeping a count because it was ridiculous how much I was retching. I like tore a muscle in my back from, gripping the toilet so hard and convulsing. But anyway, after like a day and a half of that, finally went to like the ER and got like good nausea medication. And then I essentially just passed out, you know, ate some food, drank some water, and then like went comatose. Yeah, good times. I got to miss out of like a week of school for that. Not like when I got my wisdom teeth removed on fucking spring vacation. Disgusting. It's like I didn't even get to leave and miss any school for that. And my recovery from my wisdom teeth wasn't like an easy one. Like some people, they're like, they'll be at fucking work the next day, no problem. My gums were so swollen from where they had done the incisions and ripped them out that I could not close my mouth. Like I had to carry around a dish rag with me and just like hold it up to my mouth. Otherwise, I'd just be drooling everywhere because my mouth wasn't able to close from how like puffy and swollen, they were. Because I got all four of them out at once, and I'm not gonna say they did a shit job like sewing me back together, but I definitely like still would get like pains occasionally back there. I'm just gonna chalk that up to me having really cramped teeth, and there's not a lot of room for them to work with back there. But yeah, enough about my dental history. I could go on about how I have like one mutant tooth that my dentist was really interested in because it has like one extra point, but I don't want to drag this on for any longer than it has to be. So yeah, continuing on with our nemesis, who just seems to love, you know, gouging at our boy here, Kageaki Minato, just ripping apart his emotional scars. She's kind of a bitch. Not gonna lie. Like I'm not gonna say I don't like Otori. Kaine, she's something. Uh Sayo here, more than meets the eye. considering she just like fucking went boing and like stretched off that tower. You know, she turned into a smear frame and somehow like psychically killed that fucking pilot from that giant Tsurugi. I almost called it a TSF. I was talking about Muv-Luv earlier, and for some reason that was in my brain. I'm like, the wrong series with giant mechs. But yeah. I just don't like mean people, and she's kind of mean, you know? Like, I mean, I'm mean too, but I do it in a nice way. She's more nice, but in a mean way, you know? We're like diametrically opposed. It's Hegelian dialectics. You know, we will eventually form synthesis, yada yada. Even though I don't think that's Hegel. I've watched enough Fallout New Vegas videos to know that fucking whatever synthesis shit ain't Hegel. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk out of my ass anymore about philosophy because yeah, I think it was last episode I was going on about how philosophers fucking suck because they do. Anyway, I just cracked open a bottle of Sam Adams Boston Lager, you know, tried and true. The fucking convenience store didn't have any of the winter or even the leftover like fall blends, you know. None of the spiced winter one, none of the like what's the other one? It's got like a Christmas tree on it. I'm not a big fan of it, but like I'll drink it. And then like no more pumpkin spice. That's all gone. Very sad. Because I'm a white bitch, dude. I love fucking pumpkins. Love allspice. It's great. Anyway. I gotta sneeze, but I'm fighting it back. Ugh. No background music. Love it. Anyway, what's up, Sayo?
ご苦労様。初めて見るけれど、立派なお寺ね。
Yeah, that's what we're doing. The prince, he got evicted and like taken out of his temple, so they're going to the other temple.
まことに、こればかりは大和でしか味わえぬ妙酒でございますな。
Yeah, it's old and it's made of wood, but not too old, because a lot of those old temples actually get rebuilt fairly often. So, you know, kind of ship Theseus thing going on. It's like, yeah, it's a real cool old wooden temple, but you know, this iteration of it was built in fucking 1920, so.
缶や高知はまた違うものね。傷をつけたらもったいないかしら。
Cochin?
確か中には国宝もござい
I
ま
mean,
す
assume
し
those are other temples.
なるたけ建物に危害が
I
及
saw
ば
Han
ぬよ
and then
う
immediately
注意さ
jumped
れ
to
る
like,
と
why are
よ
we
ろし
talking
いか
about
と。
China right now?
そうね。
すぐに向かわれますので。
待ちましょう。まとめて片付けてしまいたいもの。
Yeah, just do a little sightseeing.
さようでございますか。
Do some touristy
では
shit.
お茶の用意をいたしましょう。
お願いね。
あの御仁はおいでになりましょうかね。
知らん顔はできないと思うけど、
Mm-hmm.
なんといっても影明様ですし。
He's already like frothing with like regret and fucking emotional turmoil.
お
So
分かりになると。
もちろん、もうずっとあの方のことばかり考えてるんだから。今日これからのことだって幾度も想像してみたのよ。因果を含めて剣を向けたとき、あの方はどうなさるのかしら。
damn, that's kind of fucked up.
どうなさいますかな、あのお方は。
きっと無念の思いでいっぱいでしょうね。なぜってあの方には全てが不本意なことだったに違いないもの。罪なんて犯したくなかった。だのに報いを受けさせられる。
You sure you know him?
理不尽よね。
哀れなものでございますな。
けれど仕方ない。私が許さないのだもの。
はい。
Unless we still.
どんな理由があっても許さない。
Oh, okay.
彼を殺したことは許さない。そうしなければ100万人が犠牲になっていたとしても許さない。救われた100万人が影明様に味方するなら、もろともに叩いて潰す。誰が決めたの？彼の一つの命より 100万人の命の方が重いだなんて。
Who are we talking about?
誰でございましょうね。
彼が自分でそう決めたのならいい。けれどそうじゃなかった。彼は自分の意志で死んだわけじゃない。他人に命の値打ちを決められて殺された。だから私は許さない。港影明を許さないの。
御意。
What, did you really like that journalist guy?
私があの方の立場にあれば全く同じことをしたとしてもね。
同じことを。
ええ、影明様もきっとそうなさったように、何も教えず力ずくで命を奪うでしょう。
やむなき犠牲と説いて聞かせはなさいませんか？
No, he just kind of does it.
虫のいい話だとは思わなくて、
Yeah.
それってつまり今からあなたを殺すけれど、これには理由のある
Just
こと
kind
だ
of
から納
tries to
得
do
して
it
ね
before they even know it's happening.
頼むのと同じじゃない。殺された人は殺されておきながら誰かを恨むこともできなくなる。殺した人は殺しておきながら誰にも恨まれなくて済んでしまう。そんなことがあっていいと思う？
なるほど。
だから私ね、影明様には感謝しているのよ。あの方が害一つで彼を殺してくれたから、こんなにも復讐心をたぎらせられる。彼が自分の意志で犠牲になっていたなら、きっとどうしていいかわからなかった。
I'm gonna assume, we can't just talk this over,
そうならなかったのは影明様のおかげでしょ、バーヤ。だから優しく殺して差し上げないとね。痛みは感じさせずに一撃で心臓を
Yeah, just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's a bad
言ってい
guy.
ただきましょう。あの方の無念を一個だにしないで、慈悲なんてなしに。
Man, for someone who talks about really loving killing people, as soon as someone you like gets killed, you're like, no, it's not fair. Oh.
力任せに命を奪い取る。あの方のあ
Kind
り
of
ったけ
a
の未練を浴びせつけられながら、それを踏みにじって殺す。そして私は恨まれるの。いつの日にかこの心臓も私がそうしたように
Yeah,
復讐の奇
cycle of
跡で貫
violence.
かれる。
We saw it at the end of the hero route. We don't gotta retread
そ
that
れ
ground.
でよろしいのでございますね。
それがいいのよ。それが復讐なのだもの。いつまでも果てしなく続く。別の言葉で何というかわかる？
They call it human history.
ロー&ジャスティス。
そう。やられた分はやり返す。やった分はやり返される。人類普遍の一大立法。
近年の倫理やら道徳やらは必ずしもそれを正義と認めぬようでございますが、まあ倫理道徳など心の化粧、所詮は上っ面のことでございます。
ええ、心の真実はいつだって変わらない。
And that truth
変わり
is...
ませぬ。
危険たるもの、普遍の正義を体現して生きなくてはね。
はい。
お茶は？
ただいま。
But that humans are inherently violent creatures.
いい香り。
お嬢様。
なーに？
楽しゅうございますか？
Oh, she's having a ball.
とても。
そのお楽しみは大切なものを失った悲しみと表裏一体でございます。
そうね。こういうのはなんていうのかしら。
Probably. Just one I'm not familiar with.
カルマというのですよ。人面重心のお嬢様。
一体何事よ。後で説明する。
Luckily, Muramasa is nearby when I call. As soon as she arrives, I assume Musha form and blast into the darkening sky.
危ないってば。
My Surugi's protests are echoed by the squeal of her armor. I've pushed her engine straight into the red, and the stress on her frame is enormous.
すぐに済む。こらえろ。
From the commissioner's house to Kenchoji Temple is a respectable distance on foot. For Tsurugi, however, it's practically next door. We'll be there in seconds, long before any real damage is done. But of course, I haven't told Muramasa where we're going, so her distress is understandable. It is a race, you know, against time. Instead of explaining that I've already weighed the risks, I beam a silent acknowledgement to her via thought. I have no time to spare for speech, or strength, for Muramasa is absolutely correct. The force of my manic acceleration is disrupting the flow of blood to my brain. I'm already seeing the signs of gray out. I must keep my focus cold and tight, a thin sheet of ice against the darkness, or even a moment's lapse will send me plunging to my death. This effort demands the last of my power, but what remains even then? The scant dregs of my heat, I feed to my engine for a little more speed.
Mido!
I cannot bother responding to her warnings anymore. I ignore her and keep my mind on flight. Briefly, I considered using our Shinogi to further increase my speed, but no, I haven't the energy. And even if I did, Kenchoji's is just ahead.
Mido!
Oh yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Understanding comes much too late. Oh, okay. What the fuck is that thing? Rounds must regain control. Squeeze those butt cheeks. Just before the jaws of hell snap shut, we escape into the gentle embrace of the sky. Relief surges through me. I feel an overwhelming urge to bow my head and pray. But first... The pain in my back, which flares with each breath, suggests that the damage is severe. Yeah, we seem to have taken an axe to the spine. Hard to say. It is, of course, an absurd question, and I am all the more fool for asking it. But my focus was elsewhere, so my memory of the impact is fuzzy at best. I think that I heard a voice, a Kinchojo transmission, which would suggest a Tsurugi. But I'm also not unwilling to accept that it could have been a missile, or a giant rock, though in that case, I would want to know what floating island it fell from. Fortunately, my Tsurugi has the answer. I adjust my heading as indicated, and there, I see it. Yeah, I was gonna say, it looked real fucking garish. A demon. Yeah, that's real weird looking. I don't like its feet. Its feet look like other fucking little fucking suits of armor. Or not a demon, then a mythical dragon in humanoid form. Man, I just can't speak today. I must have like taken a blow to the head and I didn't know, and I have like a brain aneurysm that's slowly killing me. Its aspect invokes a primal terror, some gene-deep memory of blood and flame. This is a thing that exists to destroy. Yeah, destroy my fucking eyes. It's awful to look at. Fully twice Muramasa's size, it is larger than any Tsurugi I've faced, save the behemoth on Enoshima. To watch it soar with such grace on its scaly wings, I'm taken by the urge to pinch my cheek and twist until the skin tears free. Perhaps that will wake me from this nightmare. It's more like a modern art installation, but sure. Flying with no transponder. That rules out the possibility of a Rokuhara patrol. Not that I considered it likely. I'm certain I'd have heard if the Shogunate were employing a Tsurugi of such singular design. In which case...
まさか卵を植えられた寄生体。
その気配もなし。カカ様とは無関係。
It's, just real fucking weird. Though it's not the final infected either. That leaves.
どこの何者だ。
I don't know, some weird GHQ thing?
私に聞いたって。
Something someone found in their
そ
shed?
の答えは本人しか知らないでしょ。
だろうな。
尋ねてみる？まともに会話ができる相手なのかどうかはかなり微妙なところだけど。
Well, it's worth a try. Given that we did nothing to provoke the attack, this might just be a misunderstanding. Not sure how I'd feel about having my spine cracked for a misunderstanding, but if they're willing to back off, then I won't press the issue.
我が前方の不明機に次ぐ。当方に攻撃の意思なし。機器の所属および目的を問う。
Nothing.
人に名を聞くならまず自分から名乗れということだろうか。
どうかしら。そうだとすると、
Yes.
向こうはこちらが誰かも知らず襲ってきたことにならない？
そういう特殊な性癖の持ち主だという可能性もある。
Yeah, they're like a mountain bandit.
ないし、
They got the weird fucking axe club
そんな
hybrid
やつは落
thing.
としましょうよ。
Well, I don't disagree. I decide it can't hurt to make another attempt to communicate. There is, of course, the minor issue of how. I can't very well say my identity is secret. How about yours?
当方は国際東亜共栄連盟大和進駐軍の所属である。極秘任務中であるため認識信号を所持していない。
Is that the Tsurugi? Or inside the suit? It sounds more like the Tsurugi.
繰り返す。当方は進駐軍所属である。機器の所属および目的はいかん。
Man, it really sounds like you just want to kill something. Is that breathing? The sound is rough, disjointed. Not like a runner recovering from a sprint, but like a cancer patient wheezing through shredded lungs. But even without words, this transmission has a purpose. It tells me with clarity that words could not match precisely what this creature is feeling. Malice. Or was that the Tsurugi that did like the weird fucking like anime girl? Oh no! Fucking like they're running a corner and they're about to bump into their love interest on the road. And the dude inside sounds like he's like fucking doing like an unsolicited phone call, you know, sexually harassing someone while beating his meat. It's like, that's my answer. I draw my sword without further pause. Whatever the case, I can't die here.
そうだ。
That's right. In the confusion of the attack, I nearly forgot. The prince is in danger. I have to shake this enemy and make for... Wait, could this attack be related? Is this what Captain Authority meant when she spoke of forces moving against the prince? It's the only explanation that makes sense. And now that it's come to me, I realize that I can't just run. The enemy will certainly follow me all the way to His Highness's doorstep. If I want to aid my patron, there's only one thing to do.
村正、方針決定。敵機を死なぬ程度に叩いた後。
Alright, yeah, we can clip their wings real quick.
了解。
My enemy has the advantage in altitude and weight, which, together, will greatly amplify the force of their strike. I may not survive another clean hit from that vicious axe they wield. How should I approach this exchange? We're gonna play it safe. I know nothing about my enemy. I should exercise maximum caution. Forcing myself to stay calm, even now, the prince could be in danger. I seat my blade above my right shoulder and rise as though preparing to meet my opponent's attack. But just before our paths intersect, I drop into a steep dive. Oh, okay, sure. Tsurugi with an interesting personality? The axe sweeps harmlessly through empty space above me. A powerful attack, but clumsy and crude. Perhaps this enemy is less fearsome than it looks. Not to say that I regret my decision, but I could have easily landed an attack if I'd...
なんだ攻撃を受けたのか
そうみたい。損傷はないけど。
it's like when you hit something in the road at night, and you're like, what the fuck was that? But then you don't see anything in your rearview mirror.
どうやって？
She repeats my question. Can't blame her. Given where the attack landed, it could only have originated from our current enemy, and I have no idea what it was. We were clear of the axe. Some hidden weapon then? Some technique? Whatever the case, it could have been worse. I was correct to treat this foe with caution after all. I don't know, was it just a fucking beer bottle they threw out the window at us? Whatever it is, it's an interesting paint job. Like, I'm not a fan of like this, like the cyan sky blue cod piece with the fucking yellow body, green legs, and purple arms. It's awful. As I come about for the next pass, I am again struck by the enemy's appearance. There's something almost symbolic about it, as if it was designed to embody some universal concept of evil. What sort of person would pilot such a machine? The screams I've heard suggest a woman, but with a strange distortion that accompanies them, it's difficult to be sure. I'm fairly confident, though, that whatever their gender, the pilot is not quite sane. For now, the question can wait. My enemy has also completed their turn and settled in for a second pass. Take note of the fact that their turning radius is a great deal wider than ours. As expected, we have the edge in maneuverability. Applied correctly, this will allow us to take a more advantageous position on each successive pass, until eventually, both the high ground and the angle of attack are ours. But first, this pass. As before, the enemy charges in, axe raised high like a pillar of hard forged hate. Too many H's in there. How should I respond? We're definitely gonna play it safe because we still don't know what the fuck is going on. Maybe, if we play it safe one more time, we can get a better look at that attack which grazed us. Same as before, I present an attack, then veer off just before making contact. I realize my foolishness a split second before the enemy shifts course to intercept me. Of course, if I do the exact same thing as before, the enemy will adapt. Oh. I barely managed to regain control. Well, we're still in one piece. Fear is building, cooling like acid in my chest. At this rate, even if I win this battle, I might very well lose the war. My objective, I've not forgotten, is to reach Kenchoji and rescue my benefactors, not to defeat this unknown foe, monstrous though it may be. As such, every moment this engagement continues brings me closer to disaster. I have to finish this, now. Yet, even after 2 passes, I failed to leave so much as a dent in enemy's armor. Should I run? Rather than continue this fruitless battle, perhaps I should break off and make for Kenchoji with all haste. I was worried about putting the prince in danger. Wouldn't it make sense to confirm that he isn't already under attack? I have to make a decision. That's a hard one. I'll just mull over as I totally don't pull up the guide so I can make a right decision here. Let's see. Which one was I using? Was I using the Fu and novel forms? I was. Yeah, we're definitely not running away from this thing. I was gonna go maintain contact even before checking, but it's too weird. We can't turn our back on this thing. Mustn't let fear get the better of me. Yes, the prince might be under attack, but it's just as likely, going by what I know, that this is the enemy Captain Otori warned of, in which case, it would be the height of foolishness to flee to Kenchoji with it in tow. And even if there is another threat to His Highness, I doubt that I could handle it with this demon chomping at my heels. Which brings me right back to the original problem. I have to defeat this enemy and fast. Question is how?
見ろ、向こうが。
A piece of the enemy's chest armor is opened, and from it now emerges a tube. I direct Muramasa to enhance my vision.
あれは。
砲だ。
Oh. Yep, sure is. It resembles the main gun of a tank. Perhaps that's exactly what it is. But what do they intend to do with it? Conventional projectile weapons are not generally effective against Musha. They have trouble hitting, and even if they do, they lack the force to do much damage against a Tsurugi's armor. Yes, with a high enough rate of fire, cannons can inhibit a Musha's movements, box him in, or even shoot him down. But this weapon is clearly not that sort. A single-shot cannon, with nothing to suggest power such that we faced on Enoshima. Not a threat. So why, then, is my enemy behaving as though this is the weapon that will finish us? There's something I'm forgetting? Is it like a flat cannon? Does a conventional weapon exist that can bring down a Musha in flight? Yes! Yes! Fuck. How do like advanced flak shells work? There's ones with like fucking radar or like radio assisted like range finding where they can detect if they're close to a target in the air, so that way they can fucking detonate and like just absolutely pepper them. Yes, evade. If that's what I think it is.
Muramasa, 大使!
どっちに？
Any. Doesn't matter. We probably want to dive. I was gonna say down, but if we can't go down, you might as well go up. Is that right? It is. Ha! I'm so smart.
上だ。敵の背面方向を取る。構造的
Yeah,
に
they
そちらへ
can't
は
shoot
撃て
through
ない
their
はず
chest.
了解。
I pitch up and climb, squeezing out every last bit of thrust that Muramasa can provide. But I know that my enemy is climbing too, to keep us squarely within their sights. Do we have the speed to shake them off?
なんかすごいの来た。でも外れた。
よし。
Oh, that was too close.
で、結局今のは一体何だったの？
Like I said, I'm gonna assume it's a fucking some kind of flat cannon.
高速鉄鋼弾だ。
A high velocity armor piercing shell.
高速鉄鋼弾？
At least don't quote me. I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for. High velocity armor piercing. HVUP. The shell comprised of a lightweight alloy casing around a tungsten carbide core. The soft outer casing absorbs the initial shock of impact, allowing the hard, and therefore brittle, core to penetrate deep into the target's armor. This design also affords the HVAP shell HVAP shell an exceptional propellant to mass ratio, meaning that the projectile's velocity at least at short ranges, is enough to overwhelm even a Musha's reflexes. Together, these factors are why most analysis consider the HVAP shell the most effective conventional anti-dragoon weapon currently in use. The only thing that has kept it from changing the face of the war entirely is the essential ingredient, tungsten, remains in short supply. Which is why I now know, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that this enemy is not just some random maniac who attacked me on a whim. Someone sent them here. Someone with access to cutting-edge military hardware. That means Rokahara, or GHQ. While I can't be certain which my enemy serves, in light of Captain Otori's warning, their objective, at least, is clear. To keep me occupied while some other force attacks Kenchoji Temple. The need to defeat this opponent forthwith cannot be more apparent, and yet I find myself strangely calm. Perhaps that close brush with death just now helps to cool my head. As desperation fades, I take a moment to look back at that engagement I just fought.
どうも奇妙だ。いや、もとより見るからに奇妙なのだが、どこがどうというのではなく、あの武者の戦い方はおかしい気がする。
It's very brute force, but also not like they're like trying to rush you down. Is it the clumsiness of their attacks? Granted, that is strange. But no, there's something else.
それはきっと熱量のことね。
何？
Are they, just like fucking burning it all, you know? Really going for one immediate knockout punch at the start, and then if they don't get that, they just kind of sputter? I wasn't expecting an answer, but it seems that something has clicked for my Tsurugi. She continues as if sorting out her
お
thoughts.
かしいのよ。どう考えてみても。私の見立て違いでないなら、あの
Oh
武者
yeah,
は
it's not
全速力で突っ込んできて、
it's not doing the trade-off in the triangle, you know, where you can only have 2 of 3 things.
熱量が10あるとして、それを合ったりの稼働と筋力増強に5ずつ分配していないの。どちらも10なの？そんなこと絶対にありえないのに。
Takes me a moment to grasp what Muramasa is saying. Well, I just got yawned. In Musha combat, proper distribution of energy is a vital component of victory. Ideally, you want to feed 100% of your energy to your engines while maneuvering, then shift all that energy to your armor and muscles the instant you're close enough to attack. Musha trained for years in order to time this shift effectively. A Musha who has not yet developed this skill, or who is simply too lazy, could, if he wished, keep his energy distributed 50-50. Such a pilot would be disadvantaged, but it is certainly possible. This is not what my enemy is doing, says Muramasa. They are devoting 100% of their energy to speed and 100% to power simultaneously. I mean, it kind of looks like a Megazord, so what's the over-under on, you know, there being multiple people in this thing? So they can divvy it up. That would indeed explain why their attacks carry such titanic force. But of course, it is impossible. Yes, one Musha may possess more total energy than another. This is a physical attribute which varies from person to person. There may even be a Musha somewhere with heat capacity fully twice that of a normal man. But even that Musha must divide his power. Even that Musha can only use, at most, 100%. That's simply how it works. Well, not for this Musha, says Muramasa. They're using 200, and to hell with the rules. Alright, how?
卑怯な言動と兼ね合わせれば何か薬物を用いているとも考えられるが。
そうね。
They're just cracked.
熱量そのものもなんだか異常だし、それはありそう。でも
Not enough to explain it, no. Has to be something else.
知ってるぜ。お前の好きなものは母親としたいんだ。
Huh? But the question is set aside as, with the wrath of a hurricane, the demon falls upon us once more. Bro, you're so weird. Can you just leave?
ごちそうさま。
行かれますか？
ええ。時間が無限にあるわけではないもの。
そろそろ夕暮れ時でございますね。
もう、なんて人なのかしら。
He's
私の誘いを袖にして。
he's a little busy at the
あち
moment.
ら様にはあちら様の都合がおありなのでしょう。
Yeah, life and death struggles tend to, cut a lot into your schedule.
私の都合を優先してちょうだい。
いかんながら、この世の中はお嬢様を中心にして回ってはおらぬようで。
そうなの？なんてこと。なら私が真ん中に来るように世界を作り変えておかないとね。
Hard to tell if you're joking.
それは次の日曜にでも。
え、今は仕事を片付けましょう。
バローズもご一緒に。
せっかく許可が下りたんだもの。弦楽器はずっと弾かずにしまっておくと品質が損なわれてしまうのよ。
では、
Yeah, they get
良き
rusty.
音色を心
I haven't
待
changed
ち
my
に
guitar
しております。
strings in like 3 years. I busted out, a couple times a year. I'm like, yeah, I'll fucking learn, this time for real. And then I do it for like a week. I'm like, man, my fucking fingers hurt. And then I put it away for like another year. And they're looking pretty rough.
バーヤも外のフォローはお願いね。
は。
そこの女、止まれ。現在県庁じゃ幕府の管理下にある。一般客の参拝は認められない。退去せよ。
参拝客ではございませんの。どうしてくださいましな。
何？ならば証明書を見せろ。
Yeah, clearly you got some papers.
証明書？
駐屯隊長が発行したものだ。本当に関係者なら持っているはずだぞ。
ああ、はいはい。これでよろしいのかしら。
Bam, bam. Yep.
バンコク共通の通行許可証。確かにお渡ししましてよ。
Yeah, it's a real master key. Lets me go anywhere I want.
貴様。
ごめん遊ばせ。
六原節をなめるな。
Maybe don't say something like that and then just get shot again.
あら。
すぐに仲間が来る。竜騎兵も自分の愚かな行為を後悔すると。
Okay, no last breath showboating
根
guy.
性が終わりなのね。胸を打ち抜かれてなお予備校服なんて。
I mean, he's got 2 lungs.
素敵でしたよ。
銃声に警敵？敵手か？
Yep.
出会え！何者かが門を破ったぞ！
あら、なんだか大変な大騒ぎに。どうしましょう。
あの女か。
Yep. Hey, what's up, Sarge? You can tell you're the sergeant because you got a fancier helmet.
銃を所持しております。よし、分隊応列。
Wait, you're forming a line?
どうしましょう。こうしましょ
Weird.
何？
Zawado?
この距離で前段外れ。
Or is it like Metal Gear Solid 2, like Misfortune, where, she has the
バ
force
カ者ども、
fields?
ちゃんと狙おうか。弾倉交換急げ。
残念ながら3アウトでチェンジです。ここからは私の手番。はい、コールド勝ち。
そこの女、侵入者の貴様か。
Maybe just shoot her?
いえ、 その方ならあっちへ行きました。私は見ての通り、ただの尼さんです。
Real fancy clothes for a nun.
校長殿、女の背後、第三部隊が殲滅されております。
あら、ほんと、皆さんお倒れになって、
Yeah, just a little group
昼寝でもしていら
siesta.
っしゃるのかしら。
殺せ。
The stone pavers, you know, got real nice and toasty in the sun.
少しくらい話を聞いてくださいません？
貴様が地面に這いつくばった後でな。
Oh.
そう、私と同じ趣味なのね、五長さん。
なんだと。
I don't know, man.
私も相手を這いつくばらせて話すのは大好きです。ちょうど
Oh, what? Do you like shoot at his knees?
貴様、弾をよけ。
さーて、なんか私一人で勝手に盛り上がってま
Yeah,
いりま
better
したよ。
better go take care of that
笑
and
って
leave
も
us
笑
out
っ
of
て
it.
も笑っても私だけ、周りで皆さん主体になっていて何も答えてくださらない。なんだかとても惨めな私、まるで世界のすべてに置き去りにされたよ
う。楽しそうで結構だな。だが
Maybe
そこまでにしてい
don't
ただく。
monologue. Why does everyone monologue? Whatever happened to just shooting someone in the back?
冗談みたいな絵面だな。
悪夢と言い直せ。こんなご婦人を一人様にここまで侵入を許しただと。
ちと怠慢が過ぎましたかね。親王殿下の尊きお命なん
I
て
mean, also fair.
僕らがお守りする筋合いじゃないわけで。
Everyone slacks off at work. Doesn't matter what they're doing.
だが、むざむざ侵入者の手にかけさせては我らの恥だ。
そうした責任意識はと
Yeah,
て
that's
も
gonna
大
look
切
real
でした
bad on
よ。
your fucking
責
yearly
任のなさ
review.
は誇りのなさ、男の魅力もありませんもの。
いいこと言いますね、この姉さん。
まったくだ。場所が場所なら口説きにかかるところだが。
この見るも無残な鉄皮だよな。
お気に召さなくて？ヘルファイアソルジャーズ。
趣味っちゃ趣味だがね。
I mean, yeah, it's like wow, but
よくぞまあ殺しも殺したり。
I mean, it's not that
そして
old.
獲物は年季の入ったその銃一丁。
It's like a fucking Enfield, and your fucking dudes are still using bolt actions too. So
ええ、気に入りですの。でも銃の手応えはあまり好きではないのですけれど
I
も、
just like to throttle the life
人を
out of
殺
people.
すときはやっぱり素手が一番です。こ
Yeah.
う両手でくびり殺すのが一番。
Yeah, you're kind of a problem, ain't you?
今縮みませんでした？
Nah, dude, I'm bricked up,
縮みだよ。
レディー、
raring to go.
人殺しがお好みで。
Who doesn't like a challenge?
はい、それはもう何よりも。
殺されるのは
ああ、忘れておりました。
Oh,
それは
okay.
きっと殺すよりも素敵でしょうね。
Definitely the kind of girl that likes, you know, a little bit of choking. But
想像するだけでときめきます。
you see, the thing with that is, you don't like choke their airway. You kind of pinch the sides of their throat. You get the arteries. The issue with if you like fucking crush their windpipe, you know, that can swell and actually cause them to suffocate. But you know, if you just kind of get a blood choke going, kind of like you're doing MMA, you can kind of control it better.
よかった。安心したよ。職務上俺は殺されるわけにはいかないが、殺してやることならなんとかできそうなのでね。聞いての通りだ。ネジが一本どころじゃなく緩んじまってるこのメス犬様にきついのを一発見舞って差し上げろ。
Well, I'm interested to see what happens.
了解。
なんだか殺しちまうにはちょっと惜しい人ですけどね。お前の趣味を疑うぜ。
あらあら、皆さんお揃いで私を喜ばせてくださるとおっしゃる？けれど死の楽しみは一度きり。私としても相手は選ばせていただかないと困ります。
俺たちでは不
Yeah,
安だと。
what's... Don't make this like a weird lovers, murder, suicide thing.
いささか役不足というものでしょう。ああ、今のは健常の表現でしたよ。文法ミスではなくてよ。
お前のような女に殺された兵卒どもにも不満はあったろ
It's
う
good she
よ。
knows the rules about golf.
失礼な。こんなイケイケギャルを捕まえて。
I mean, you're not wrong, and it clearly hasn't gone to your head, I'm certain.
だが奴らは不満を飲んだ。ねえ、そうさ。そういうものだ。結局この世の中、力のある者が自分の好みを押し付けるようにできている。これから俺がお前にそうしてやるようにだ。
You guys are doing a whole lot of
文句は
talking.
なかろう。
Unless you're like trying to buy time for more people to show up.
そう。結構でしたよ。確かに力の強い者には歯向かいませんものね。それはとても納得のいくルール。そう。それがあなた方のルール。だから私、あなた方の相手をするときは同じルールを自分に課していましたの。六原への敬意を表して、これまでずっと、もちろん今も
Yeah, just like all those
そうい
dudes
たし
back
ましょ
there,
う。
you know?
何の真似だ。
最後に一曲、そのくらい許してくださるでしょ？
A requiem
これでお別れなん
for
です
your
もの。
souls.
自分へのレクイエムにしちゃ妙
Yeah.
な選曲だな。
満足したか？
It's a little weird, but
とても満
yeah, I was
だ
gonna
か
say
ら
that's gotta
あ
be
な
a
た方
fucking
も満足させて差し上げる。
なんだと？
剣？
cool.
言い忘れていましたけど、このバローズのコンセクレーションテーマは私の敵。
You know, I was pretty certain once
あな
she
た方のための
gave it
レクイエ
a
ム。
fucking proper noun name there earlier, but I don't want it didn't want to be wrong and embarrass myself. Like, yeah, cool design. Kind of fucking goofy though, if I'm gonna be honest. But hey, yeah.
どうやらお好みではなかったかしら。けれど私の方が強いものを力ずくで好みを押し付けてしまいましょう。
So what's like your shield thing look like? It looks like it's got like a bow on the front, not like the bow you use to, you know, play a string instrument, but like a thwack, you know, twang. Well, I guess normal string instruments also twang, but you know, like a bow you shoot someone with an arrow.
よろしくて。
やはり素人だな。
十中八九、そうでしょうね。
After a few more exchanges, I've seen enough to confirm that to confirm something that I suspected from the start. Seashells by the seashore, so many S's. Our opponent is an amateur. This is not to imply that they aren't a threat. Their bestial charges strike terror into my heart at each pass. Not least because they are fueled by a wellspring of energy that should be impossible. But look past that, and I see But look past that, and I see that here is a pilot who has received little, if any, formal instruction. Certainly not in the martial arts, and even their flying, though not quite as haphazard, leaves much to be desired. Once again, the enemy charges like a gale, axe poised to strike. And once again, there is no indication that they will know what to do with it, save to swing down with all their strength. In response to the enemy's approach, let's not go below them and get a fucking, axe to the back of the skull. Let them really fucking get some momentum on their swing. Let's go above, yeah? A split second before contact, I overcharge my engine just enough to gain a momentary but significant burst of speed. The enemy is unable to react to my sudden closing of range, just as I was the first time they did it to us. The enemy is unable to react to my sudden closing of the range, just as I was the first time they did it to us. Okay, gotcha. I read the sentence with a weird emphasis on a different part of the sentence, and I confused myself. Gotcha. My energy supply may not be as versatile as theirs, but I have the training to make it work. My strike, unfortunately, has little effect. Does Gaedon simply lack the strength to penetrate their armor? Don't panic. Even if that is the case, the shock of repeated impacts should wear the pilot down. I just need to keep this up until they're forced to break off contact. The ideal result, given that I can't afford to kill them. In that sense, the strength of their armor works to my advantage. And that's not all. It appears that they can't hit us with the weapon as long as we're above them. Gaedon, then, is the safest course of action. While defeating this juggernaut will be no simple feat, I already have all the tools I require. I just need to stay calm, stick to the plan, and avoid making any more mistakes. Stay calm. That may be the greatest challenge of all. At this very moment, forces in league with this monster may be closing in on His Highness. I must conclude this engagement, but at the same time, I must not let impatience lead me into a blunder. I have more to fear from my own heart than from the enemy in front of me. As I complete my turn to face the enemy once more, I see that they are still coming about. It's my chance. If I close before they are in position, I can deal a decisive blow. The enemy must have fumbled their turn somehow. They completed mere seconds before I enter striking range. They don't have time to build up speed for a charge, and that means I have all the time I need to line up the perfect shot. I set my blade and... What? My fingers. Kind of going fisheye here.
ミド？何やってるの？ちょっと遊んでる場合じゃ。
Yeah, what? Well, huh? What, did we get fucking poisoned? Try to tell her that my fingers won't move, but it comes out as a mangled groan. It's my tongue, my lips. They're not working right either. My whole mouth has gone numb.
これはまさか。
Chill curdles my blood. There's only one thing this could be, but my mind recoils from the notion.
ミド？
Oh,
まさか。
do a quick little diagnostic scan. The dismay in Muramasa's voice as she finishes scanning my body tells me that, however dearly I wish otherwise, my guess was right on the mark. The enemy's in range. They lift their axe. They don't have the force of a full charge behind it, but in my current state, that might not make a difference.
構えた腕は切らないとダメなの。いやもう手遅れだから。
Normally, arms don't bite you.
貴様。仮にも武者の身で。
Hey man, if it works. The wide blade of their axe catches the light. That glint on the edge is more than just metal. That liquid shine.
毒を使うのか
Once again, the good old Fist of the North Star. You know, you call throwing dynamite a martial art? Hey man, if it works. I should have known. My enemy's devilish aspect. It isn't just some madman's flight of fancy. It is a message, a declaration, that here is one who holds nothing sacred. A beast for whom honor is naught but a joke. I should have known. Too late. With poisoned blade, the enemy strikes. Clearly we can't block if we can't even fucking use our hands right. Dive, dive, dive! There's nothing else I can do. Barely. A single strand of hair could not have fit between us and that blade. But barely is enough. The axe passes behind us, and our enemy with it. No. Yeah, just talk using your fucking psychic connection. Realizing that it's pointless to try and speak, I transmit my thoughts directly to Muramasa. This method sometimes suffers from a loss of cohesion. Cohesion? Coercion? What? Words. I can't speak. Am I poisoned? Is there a gas leak? Like, obviously I know this word. I'm not dumb. I just can't say it. Give me the pronunciation. There's a movie? I don't care about some fucking movie. From like 2013. It doesn't even look that good. Word. Pronunciation. Pronounce, please. Site maintenance. Thanks, Cambridge Dictionary. You glish? What the fuck is that? Okay, where's the play button? Yo, this site sucks. Where's my normal websites that tell me how to say words? Coherence. There we go. Look, man, it's 1 in the morning. I've worked all day. Suffers from a loss of coherence, but right now, that is the only option I have. Yeah, if you start, like, dangling legs, you know, you'll just start fucking spinning out of control. And, you know, you kind of need to be able to see where you're flying. So if your neck's just fucking dangling your head around, flapping in the wind. It's more than just our engine which keeps us in the air. During the invasions of the late 13th century, Yamato's Musha suffered heavy losses at the hands of the Mongol horde. This was due in large part to the Mongols' superior maneuverability and formation tactics, but it's also said that their use of poison played a major role. Indeed, there is no question that the ability to disable or kill with a scratch is an asset on the field of war. And yet, historically, poison has rarely been accepted as a conventional weapon. Yeah, well, mainly because it's... How are you gonna get enough fucking, like, highly potent poison for an entire fucking army of archers? And second, fucking, what do you do when you accidentally prick yourself with it? Accepting the aforementioned Yuan Empire founded by Mongol warlord Kublai Khan, you'd have to go back to ancient history, or to some tribe of hunters cut off from civilization, to find a group of warriors who poisoned their weapons as a matter of course. And where Musha are concerned, you could not find another example no matter how far you looked. Musha are the elite, the undisputed lords of war. A lord must never steal his victory like a thief in the night. This pride is a virtue that Wuxia have always shared, regardless of period or country of origin. But it would seem that my enemy, like the Mongols, is an exception.
なじったところで拉致もあかんがな。
Yeah, they just kind of laugh at you.
そうね。それは奴を地べたへ這わせてからにしましょう。
Yeah, can you flush our system?
その毒のことだけど、
何かわかるか？
毒の正体についてなら皆目。誇りにかけてもそんな知識は学ばなかったもん。
だろうな。だが、俺の体のどこにどう毒が作用しているのかならわかるはず。どこだ？
I mean, if you can't feel your fingers, it's probably like a nerve agent. Like, I'm no subject matter expert. But we do learn the symptoms of, like, if you get fucking a nerve toxin, because, you know, we have to know if we're fucking dying in the field because, you know, someone sprayed us. You know, walking around with those little white buckets you use to spray your, like, foundation boards for termites. You know, but it's full of, like, fucking nerve agent. Oh my god, why am I dying? Ah, the air's so dry. Beer, I need beer. Thank you, Samuel Adams. You saved me. Though I am no expert myself, I do have a layman's knowledge. Not every poison works the same way. Some induce anaphylactic shock, others rot the flesh. Why am I on OBS? There we go. But this isn't either of those. Judging by the symptoms, it's either a blood or a nerve toxin. If Muramasa can tell me which, I might be able to deduce the source.
神経よ。もちろん傷口から血管を通して広がっているんだけど、おかしくなってるのは神経の方。あと。
Okay, so it's blocking your like nerve receptors. A nerve toxin, where paralysis starts at the lips and extremities. That sounds like
テトロドトキシ。
鉄塔。
いや、要するに。
Oh, okay.
フグの毒だ。
Fish. Tetrodotoxin was named by one Dr. Tawara, who pioneered the method of extracting this poison. It was no accident that this accomplishment fell to the Yamatoan scientist. Fugu has been a delicacy in Yamato for centuries, one that people have quite literally died to experience.
つまり。
It's real bad.
このまま放置すれば、
継続しないと。
お前の力でできるか？
多分全行動を停止して数分かければだけど。
Sounds like we should like go somewhere for this, or are we just gonna like put this shit on autopilot and like maintain a deadheading and, you know, just let you do your stuff? Not right now, in other words.
タイムの申請に耳を傾けてくれるとも思え。
減らず口叩いてる場合なの？
症状の進行を遅らせることはできるか？
それくらいなら。でも。
That's all we
大して
need.
長くは持たないと思う。
For narrative reasons, of course.
急いで蹴りをつけろと。
ええ。
From the beginning, this battle has been a race against time. This hasn't changed. What has changed is the penalty for running out the clock is my life, not only the prince's. Honestly, that makes things much simpler. The tables have turned. Now, holding a comfortable advantage, my enemy charges with redoubled fury. Perhaps it is only fear which makes them seem to swell to twice their size. Even if it is, the threat of their mass and velocity pose a very real, even if it is, the threat their mass and velocity pose is very real indeed. Well, at least you're having fun. The enemy's vocalizations have finally lost all meaning. I don't know whether this signifies pure feral excitement or some deeper psychotic break, nor do I care. My sole concern is the enemy's blade, heavy with steel and venom. To survive this pass, I must defeat that blade. A strong defense would seem in order, but as they say, sometimes a strong offense serves as well, or better. Either way, my options fall into two categories, the mundane and the supernatural. We can't do swordsmanship because, one, we're fucking poisoned. And, like, not up to snuff for that. And, you know, well, while they are an amateur with, you know, swordplay, you know, you're still probably their better, but, you know, it's not an even playing field. Let's fucking just hit him with the railgun and be done with it, huh? Mundane arts will not serve me here. To survive, I need a power not of this world. I gather my heat, focusing it deep in the pit of my stomach. Now, I'm gonna use it. Minus is the railgun, yeah? That seems to be the way to go. Just all-out attack. But I will drop a save here, just because I'm not entirely sure. Where's save load? The fact that save and load are together, it always throws me off every single time. Enchanto, the minus.
流れ変える
My enemy's axe slides harmlessly past, propelled by Muramasa's magnetic shield. If the pilot has any sanity left, I imagine that they are quite confused. It almost makes me wish I could see their face. In any case...
しのげたわね
Oh,
okay, so minus repels everything away from you. Gotcha. For now. We've cleared the first hurdle and made it through the pass. Our situation may not have improved, but now we have a chance to turn things around. The question is how. Ooh.
見ろ
Damn. Did I spend too much energy on that shinogi? I can feel my last strength draining away, as though wrung from my pores by an angry fist. And I know, with absolute certainty, that the end is fast approaching. When this terrible languor takes my heart, I will sink into darkness and never return. No, it's too soon. My duty unfulfilled, my crimes unpunished. I do not have the right. I seize my fleeing consciousness and stink it to the earth. The effort nearly finishes me, but I do not have a choice. I'll need all my faculties just to fend off the next attack. Wait. Where did they go?
Muramasa. 敵はどこだ?
Oh, you're able to talk now.
あそこ
What, did they finally burn through everything and just crash into the hillside? You get a maneuver kill? What happened? My enemy's howls are still resonant with hate, a malice which needs no words to convey. And yet, they are falling, hands grasping at the sky, at me, as though to drag me down with them. Makes no sense. The wings and engines are undamaged. There's no reason for them to crash.
やっぱり薬か何かを使っていたんでしょうね
Muramasa.
熱量が急激に低下している単に消耗したのとは違う無理やりに引き上げていたものを取り返されたって感じ自滅したのよ要するに
So they got hit with like the fucking backlash of whatever they were using. You know, some side effects. I watch the enemy vanish into the distance, though it looks like they still have enough control to glide. At the speed they're going, the landing won't be a pleasant one. Even if their heavy armor keeps them alive, they're out of this fight for good. So this is how it ends?
中にいたのはどんな人間だったのか。
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
さあ、ね。
Things feel unfinished, but I force myself to turn away and resume my original course. The obstacle is gone, now to make up lost time. I just hope I'm not too late. Let's look at that thing's oh, it's is it a bow or is it a pile bunker? I can't tell, honestly. The way the strings are bending, I don't think those go to anything. I think that's a fucking pile bunker. Yo, that's rad. Dudes love pile bunkers. Nah, I think it's a bow.
Wait a minute. Your name and?
大和語で結構でしてよ、所長さん。
あなたが大鳥大尉。
I mean, makes sense. He'd assume, you know, it's like, just fucking look at you. Of course I'm gonna try English first.
はい。本日はお日柄もよく。
コブデン氏が失敗したと聞いた時点で、何らかの制裁は避けられまいと覚悟していたが、よりによってあなたが送られてくるとは。
So what was Cobden trying to do anyway?
いや、当然か。私が GHQ の参謀でもそうする。
ええ、私が GHQ の味方なら忠誠を確かめる試金石になる。敵なら敵同士ぶつからせて食い合わせることになる。しかも私は大和人。私が親王を襲っても旗目には進駐軍の関与が伺えないし、
Someone spurred on by, you know, nationalistic zeal or whatever.
実際に血を流し合ったのは結局、どちらも大和人なんですもの。GHQ は
Let me take that back. I didn't mean yeah like that.
加えながら大和の人々の感情を刺激しなくて済んでしまう。私の上司は本当に合理的でしたよ。
G2 クライムキャノン中佐。
あら、ご明察。
私が張り合うには少々無理がきつい
So
相手だったよ
it would appear.
ですかしら。あなた方が焦って自鎮の道を選びさえしなければ、まず互角の勝負ができていたと思いましたよ。
Yeah, things are definitely escalating a little quicker than they did last time.
策を浪しすぎたのではなくて、足利森氏の急な死は確かに進駐軍の大和政策を高地から拙速へと振り抜ける危険性を持っていましたけど、手のひらを返すように一瞬で変わると思っていたなら、あなた方は警戒が過ぎました。
Yeah, fucking
GHQ のよう
bureaucratic
に図体
wait.
の大きい組織がそう俊敏に動けるものではありません。方針を翻すとしても、それは会議と密談を繰り返して内部の意見調整を
You gotta have meetings to decide what you're even gonna talk about at the other meetings. Gotta line up everyone's schedules. Gotta plan things out a couple weeks ahead of time.
なるほど。そうか。そういうことか。つまり我々は疑心暗鬼の完成にはまったのか。
疑心？
あなたに対する大鳥大尉。足利森氏を殺したのは我々ではない。
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was this time. You know, last time it's like, oh yeah, sure, fucking Ichijo blew him up.
影明に拒絶され、あなたに
They
も
didn't have any
断ら
talk
れ、
with you.
我々はやむなくプランを放棄した。
And I doubt
暗
GHQ
殺
would
実
do
行
it
者を用意できなかったから
unless
だ。
they were very desperate.
しかし、
But then again, you know,
大将領
GHQ
は死んだ。
clearly isn't a monolith. You know, there might be some accelerationist factions in there that are, you know, I don't know what they're doing, just trying to incite some change.
我々は GHQ が手を下したのだと判断し
Yeah,
た。
if it wasn't us and it wasn't you, then
あ
そうだ。大鳥大尉。我々から大将領暗殺の計画を聞いたあなたが GHQ へ報告したのだとそう思っ
it's
た。
like, yeah, sure, we wanted
そ
to
して
do it, but
GHQ はそれを利用すべく策したに違いないと。
someone beat us to the punch.
自らの手で森氏を始末しておき、その上で我々の計画を幕府に密告する。
Yeah, that does look really bad. It's like, I mean, yeah, we did plan to kill him, but we didn't. Not the, you know, the best looking defense in court.
幕府の手で宮殿下を攻め滅ぼさせ、しかる後、その行為を非難して進駐軍が幕府を潰す。そういう筋書きを GHQ は書いたのだろう。
それでとにもかくにも進駐軍の出足を止めようとコブデン中佐を買収して
Okay, just
横
cause
須
a
賀
little
銀行を爆破させるなんて
a
乱
little
暴な
infight
手を
squabble. You know, get some breathing room.
ああ、一刻の猶予も許されないと。
Yeah, things
私も思い込んでいた。
Yeah, can we call, you know, a timeout on this? Things seem to have gotten quite out of hand,
空
quite
回りだ
quick.
ったのだな、大尉。先ほどのあなたの話を追えば、森氏を殺したのはあなた方でもない。
ええ、あの事件は司令部にも寝耳に水。私、お二人から暗殺の話を持ちかけられたこと誰にも漏らしませんでしたから、利用してどうのなんてキャノン中佐にもできる道理はなかったんです。お断りするとき申しましたでしょ。計画の趣旨には賛同できますけど、私的な事情で少し立て込んでいるので、今回はご協力いたしかねます。
Yeah, you know, scheduling conflicts. Like I said, we should have talked this out, you know, a couple weeks in advance.
あの言葉を額面通りに受け取ってくだされば
Had
よ
a
ろ
couple
しかった
meetings
のに。
between then.
そうだな。それをできなかったのが私の器量だ。
美人の言葉を疑ってはいけない。この世
Okay.
の鉄則でしたよ。
来世があれば気をつけよう。しかし。では、
Yeah.
誰だ？あの宝刀参拝の日、誰が八幡宮を襲ったのだ？我々を踊らせたのは誰だ？いや、そもそも踊らせる意図があったのか？せんないことか、今さら。
Yep.
理由はどうあれ。
You know,
私は策に敗れた。
there might be time still for, you know, a timely intervention
結果として
from our boy.
意味もなく進駐軍に敵対する愚を犯した。
Seems a little early to, you know, cut you out of the story.
ええ、もちろん右の方をはたかれたら左の方を殴り返すのが彼らのマナーです。そうやって世界の支配権を握ってきた人種ですから。
承知している。逃げるつもりはないし、恩情を請うつもりもない。
菊池所長、私は首謀者への制裁を命じられていますの。
And you kind of confess to that.
あなたは
私が首謀者だ。進駐軍にとってもその方が好都合だろう。大和の皇族に危害を加えるのはやはりリスクが大きいはずだ。
It's the politically most, you know, expedient option.
宮殿下をそそのかす者がいた。
It'll ruffle the least
という
feathers.
ことにしておいた方がいい。 あながち間違いでもない。確かに私は宮殿下のおそばに控えながら正しく補佐し奉る責務を果たせなかったのだからな。
あなた方が私を信頼できなかったのは
I mean, can you blame him? You're fucking weird. You're sketch as
そ
hell.
の分のお詫びはせねばなりません。
Fucking saw you cackling, thinking about, you know, killing people. He's like, yo, this bitch fucking crazy.
ご希望に沿いましょう、菊池所長。
心から感謝する。大鳥隊。
Ooh, but, oh, Kariyaki's not gonna like that. By the time I reached Kenchoji, my vision has started to blur, a sure sign that the poison is spreading despite Muramasa's best efforts to contain it. Soon, I won't be able to stand.
ミド、ここで休止を。毒を抜かないと。
そんな暇はない。見ろ。
Yeah, look at the mountain of bodies. It's blood. Bodies lie before the gate, dressed in Rokuhara uniform. The enemy is already here.
宮殿下はおそらく奥の院だろう。
There's no response.
急ぐぞ。
It's just a corpse.
でも。
We can tough it out. Ignoring my Surugi's protests, I dash into the temple as quickly as my enfeebled legs will permit. More bodies line the path ahead, like some grisly version of the gingerbread trail from that awful Western fable. The deeper I go, the more certain I am that we are too late.
武者が。
Beyond the fallen soldiers, we find corpses of steel, not flesh. Rokuhara dragoons, 4 in all, each felled by a single strike. No common Musha could have done this. Whoever attacked this temple went through these men like they were rag dolls. And they were the last line of defense. Just in time to see it happen, or just the aftermath? No. I shake my head, desperate to deny what my failing eyes show me. This cannot be.
ジロー君、君を私の息子として迎えようと思う。嘘だ。
Please, it isn't right.
私の息子としての名を送ろう。これまでの名を捨てろというのではない。新たにもう一つ別の名を。秋高様。
Why? I'm trying so hard to reject it. Why won't this nightmare end?
港影明。気に入ってくれるか？
No, all in all, pretty quick, clean. Would it be a comfort to cry his name? Do not know. Poison will not let me. The knight, that Tsurugi is of Western make, spares me but a single glance, then turns, preparing to leave.
待て。
I won't let you take another step. Not one more step. Not one more breath. Not one more moment of life on this earth. I will end you. I'll see you dead. And I can't see white searing light. My body betrays me. Enough, it says. No. My flesh so weak? Yeah, you're kind of, like, real ropey and, you know, not a whole lot of muscle mass. Stands, damn you. Drag him down. Pound his skull into the dirt. What are you waiting for? But no effort of mine can stop the darkness from taking me. With my last strength, I'd peel my eyes wide and sear into the deep cells of my brain every detail of my enemy's form. My nemesis. That's a word. This Orichalcum archer will die by my hand. I swear it, with a longing that no love can match. Or... That's a word. What's that word? How do I pronounce that? You know, going by the looks of it, it makes me think it's like, oh, something is orchestral-like. Or shall come? Oh no, it's a type of metal. Mountain copper. Or no, that's So it's like gold-looking copper, you know, really, really polished. Pronunciation, please, because that's a mouthful.
Orichalcum.
Orichalcum. Orichalcum archer will die by my hand. One day, I will find him and tear out his heart. I will have my vengeance. Cool. Full Metal Demon Muramasa.
ではこれよりなんとなく裁判を開始する。
Hey, Chachamaru. I really don't have the energy to deal with you right now, so that is where we're going to be ending it here for today. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and notification bell. See you guys all next time for the next episode. Full Metal Demon Muramasa. I will catch you guys all there where I guess Chachamaru is presiding over a trial of something. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's 2 in the morning. I'm going to bed. See you guys later.